The Wednesday, January 21st. Spoilers for Beyond the Gates. Focus on Naomi lying to her family. Meanwhile, Jacob clashes with Marcel and Elon, while Kat and Ted argue over Eva. The weekly spoilers reveal that Naomi is hiding her new normal from her entire family. This means she did lie about her BRCA gene test results. She is a carrier, and for some reason, she's keeping the results to herself. We don't think it's a matter of being in denial. Well, not completely. There's probably an element of that. But it's also about her not wanting to add to her family's threshold for drama. They already have to deal with her grandmother's diagnosis. Anita has started chemo, and they're mobilizing to support her through this turbulent time. And they also have to deal with Danny being a carrier. Naomi might not want her mother and grandmother to feel guilty for passing on the gene. Hopefully, Naomi will at least tell Jacob. If not, their rocky marriage may get even rockier. How long will Naomi keep this a secret? She doesn't have to deal with this result alone. Kat and Ted are headed for a clash. Eva may or may not have told Ted that she tried to reach out to Kat during this trying time for the Duprees. And of course, Kat didn't play along. Look for Kat and Ted to argue over Eva. According to the weekly video preview, Ted seems to lose patience with his daughter. He tells her that the apology season is over. Ted doesn't understand, or isn't willing to understand why Kat wants nothing to do with Eva. Will the father and daughter be able to overcome this impasse, or will they just agree to disagree and be on their way? Meanwhile, Jacob clashes with Marcel and Elon. Jacob isn't on board with Marcel and Elon's shadier tendencies, especially when it comes to Joey Armstrong. Is the fight about the Joey factor? Perhaps it's about Leslie, since Marcel and Ms. Dana Leslie Thomas have been growing closer and closer. What is the cause of this friction between these law enforcement officials? Smitty and Martin are surprised by Tyrell's latest stance on a family tradition. The teen has made it known that he isn't about that cotillion life. After all, his girlfriend, Jessica, thinks it's an antiquated ritual. However, she says that as long as she has to participate, she wants Tyrell to be her escort. Is that what Martin and Smitty find surprising all of a sudden? Finally, Dr. Kial Rollins hasn't been seen since before the holidays. Now that he's popping up again, it'll be interesting to see if he wants to reconnect with Nicole. He may not have any luck there, since Nicole and Carlton have been hanging out and growing closer. We'll hopefully find out what's been going on with the traveling doctor over the past few weeks. On Wednesday, look for Vanessa to proposition him. What does she want with Kial? Does this have anything to do with the free clinic, or maybe her escort service? Here are your spoilers for Beyond the Gates on Tuesday, January 20th, 2026. This constant angst over Eva is draining, and the idea that it would be all finished by 2026 was wishful thinking. In Wednesday's episode, Kat and Ted argue over Eva, while Naomi hides her new normal from her entire family. Naomi, hiding her results from everyone, is going to spell trouble for her and Jacob. This couple has already been on rocky ground most of the last half of last year, and this is going to either finish them off or create a new storyline of drama. When Vanessa is into something, she really gets into it, and Heart Attach is her latest project. Finding new talent is always on her mind. We remember the scene in Uptown when both she and Danny were after the same waiter, just for different reasons. In Wednesday's episode, she takes it to an all-new level. Vanessa propositions Kial. Yep, Dr. Kial Rollins. And this will be an interesting conversation once Nicole hears about it. This has been a long time coming. In Wednesday's episode, Jacob clashes with Marcel and Elon. The disdain Jacob has for Marcel as a man and as a police officer is palpable. And it has always been brewing since he saw Marcel take a payoff from Joey. Be careful, Jacob. This is how you get sent off on a dangerous assignment. Oh wait, that's coming next. Tyrell took a stance on the cotillion after discussing it with his girlfriend, Jessica. Now it looks like he's reversed his opinions. In Wednesday's episode, Smitty and Martin are surprised by Tyrell's latest stance on a family tradition. Make sure to check out The Scoop and the next week sneak peek for a deeper look into what's to come this week and what you have to look forward to from your favorite characters and not-so-favorite characters in the DMV. Beyond the Gates spoilers suggest Naomi Hawthorne is hiding a major secret. While she's doing it for noble reasons, will this BRCA lie tear her marriage apart? Beyond the Gates spoilers imply that Naomi has been through the ringer lately. Not only is her grandmother, Anita Dupree, battling breast cancer, but the family learned that the condition can be carried down from generation to generation. Naomi's mom and aunt then got tested, and it was learned that Danny Dupree inherited the BRCA gene. As Danny tested positive for the genetic marker, Naomi and her sister, Chelsea Hamilton, got tested. Chelsea got the results before Naomi when the lab delivered the information. During the Friday, January 16th episode, everyone was at the country club in good spirits, celebrating Chelsea's news when Naomi received her results. It was clear from Naomi's expression that her tests weren't clear, but that she was lying. She obviously didn't want to worry her family and spoil the mood. Jacob Hawthorne, Naomi's husband, didn't notice his wife's lie on Friday's show. However, leading up to all the tests and Anita's news, he could tell Naomi was building up walls. The couple had started therapy, and their lines of communication had been so healthy and strong that he was discouraged by Naomi closing up and not sharing her feelings. When Naomi is stressed, she dives into work, something she has been doing lately. This was a telltale sign that something was bothering her, so he encouraged more therapy, but Naomi abruptly declined. Could Naomi shut Jacob out in the stress of knowing she carries the BRCA gene? What if he suggests growing their family again? Naomi would adamantly refuse, but now she has another reason, as she wouldn't want to pass the BRCA gene on to their child. Still, Jacob doesn't know that. What happens when Jacob learns the truth? That Naomi lied to everyone, including him. Beyond the Gates spoilers for Tuesday, January 20th, indicate some bombshells in the land of Fairmont Crest. Leslie Thomas pushes someone's buttons, while Vanessa McBride has a scandal she wants to talk about. Plus, Dr. Madison Montgomery has an issue. Find out more about Tuesday's episode below. Beyond the Gates spoilers for Tuesday, January 20th, reveal that Chelsea Hamilton's new lease on life will create a small issue for her gal pal, Madison. With the fear of having the BRCA gene, plus her grandmother's breast cancer condition, Chelsea wants to grab the bull by the horns and enjoy life. She wants new experiences, travel, and to get out there. However, will this cause a problem for Madison? Madison is a doctor with a rigid schedule and just can't fly by the seat of her pants. Will Chelsea understand her girlfriend's situation? In other news, Chelsea, along with the other Hamiltons, including Danny Dupree, will be celebrating the fact that neither Chelsea nor her sister Naomi Hawthorne has the BRCA gene, but things will turn awkward. It looks like Naomi is lying about her test results. Will she reveal the truth to someone during Tuesday's show? Across town, Leslie will push Joey Armstrong's buttons. Still, in true Joey style, he'll push back. Is Leslie in way over her head with this partnership? Joey isn't someone you can push around, so Leslie had better watch her step. Finally, Beyond the Gates spoilers for Tuesday hint that Vanessa will have a scandalous secret she shares with Nicole Dupree. Is this gem a scandal she's going through, or will the two ladies gossip about someone else? It sounds like Vanessa will likely spill some tea about someone they know, but who's dealing with controversy now? Fans will have to tune in to find out. This week on Beyond the Gates, an awkward situation erupts when Nicole and Carlton run into Ted while on a date. Also, Bill and Danny are drawn together during her crisis. Look for them to kiss again. On Martin Luther King Jr. Day, BTG aired a special episode featuring the cast. At the end of the hour, a brand new promo aired, highlighting the rest of the week's drama. And there will be drama. Nicole and Carlton finally go on a date outside her home. They arrive at the restaurant and quickly run into Ted. "Nicole! Carlton!" Ted says awkwardly and sounding a bit shocked. But should he be shocked? And where's his date? He and Shanice are supposed to meet up for their own rendezvous. If she is on the scene, then things will probably get even more awkward. Whatever long game you're playing, you're running out of time for that. We don't see who Leslie is talking to, but on her agenda for the coming week are heated conversations with Joey and Shanice. It's likely this warning is meant for Shanice, who has been getting closer and closer to Ted. Of course, Leslie thinks she has designs on Ted, but the plastic surgeon has told her over and over again that that ain't happening. You slept with a devious, psychotic box and expect to get another well-bred princess who... Kat starts while sitting with Ted at Orphe Jean's. But then her father interrupts her, sounding so over her spiel against his other daughter, Eva. We have come to the end of apology season. Have I ever been anything less than a good father to you? He asks. It'll be interesting to see what Kat says, because he was a great father to her entire life. But since their world blew up last year, it has been a different story. You burn bright, Danny. No power on earth will ever dim that light. Bill is, once again, taking it upon himself to lift Danny up, even after all the times he broke her down during their marriage. Well, the words work because Bill and Danny end up kissing. Something tells us that this kiss may get more complicated. Maybe it's the weekly spoiler that reveals Bill buys Tomas's silence. Does Tomas find himself in the wrong place at the right time? Beyond the Gates returns with a new episode on Tuesday, January 20th, 2026, following its special MLK Day broadcast, and the hour sets the stage for rising tension across Fairmont Crest. Business alliances are tested as Joey Armstrong finds himself increasingly frustrated with Leslie Thomas, prompting him to draw a firm line in their uneasy partnership. What began as a favor driven by loyalty now threatens to spiral into a power struggle neither party seems willing to back away from. Meanwhile, Vanessa McBride stuns Nicole Dupree with scandalous information that could raise new questions and potentially shift existing dynamics. Elsewhere, the Hamilton family attempts to come together for what should be a celebratory moment, but unresolved secrets and emotional undercurrents quickly make the gathering uncomfortable. As personal revelations collide with professional conflicts, Tuesday's episode highlights how fragile relationships have become, even when the intentions behind them appear well-meaning. Joey Armstrong asserts control in his uneasy business partnership with Leslie Thomas. He reminds her that his financial backing comes with clear expectations. Joey wants the free clinic to honor Dr. Doug McBride, Vanessa's late husband, in a meaningful way. Leslie resists, having already named the clinic after herself. She offers only a limited concession and refuses to give up recognition. Joey responds by making it clear he will not be ignored. The exchange grows tense as both refuse to back down. Their conversation highlights a growing power struggle. This partnership appears increasingly unstable, with trust and cooperation already wearing thin. Vanessa McBride stuns Nicole Dupree with unexpected and scandalous information. The revelation immediately creates discomfort and raises new questions. Vanessa appears compelled to speak up, suggesting the issue can no longer stay buried. Nicole is left processing the implications and what this could mean for others in their circle. While details remain unclear, the tone signals potential fallout. The moment adds pressure to already complicated relationships. This conversation may have ripple effects beyond the two women, especially if the information spreads or demands action. The Hamiltons come together to celebrate Chelsea's negative test results. Naomi also claims she is in the clear. Despite the good news, the mood feels strained. Tension simmers beneath polite smiles and forced conversation. Naomi's behavior hints that she may not be telling the full truth about her results. If she is lying, maintaining that story could become difficult. Old resentments and shifting priorities surface during the gathering. Instead of bringing relief, the celebration exposes unresolved family issues that refuse to stay hidden. Chelsea Hamilton's health scare changes how she views her life. She wants to embrace new experiences and live more freely. This shift creates tension with Madison Montgomery. Madison's demanding medical career leaves little room for spontaneity. Their different expectations begin to clash. Chelsea pushes for change, while Madison struggles to keep up. What started as relief turns into emotional distance. The situation forces both women to confront how compatible their lifestyles truly are. Even positive developments come with consequences. Across Fairmont Crest, conflicts continue to surface. Joey and Leslie's partnership shows signs of serious strain. Vanessa's revelation introduces new uncertainty. the Hamilton family's gathering exposes more fractures than unity. Chelsea's renewed perspective challenges her relationship. Each storyline reflects growing instability. Trust, control, and honesty are repeatedly tested. No issue is fully resolved. Instead, tensions build and linger. Tuesday's episode emphasizes how quickly circumstances can shift, even when events begin with good intentions. Beyond the Gates returns with a busy week in Fairmont Crest as the show opens with a special episode that pulls together everything from Season 1. It sets up the stories before new episodes pick up again. Naomi tries to hide what's happening with her, Jacob prepares to go undercover, and more trouble starts forming around the Dupree and Hamilton families. Keep scrolling to learn more. The week begins with the refresher episode. It will bring back all the affairs, the cons, and the mess that shaped the first season. Naomi tries to keep her new reality tucked away from the Duprees and the Hamiltons. However, the pressure around her is building. Elsewhere, Jacob has to face a bigger mess. It's because he has taken on his undercover path. There are dirty cops and quiet scandals everywhere. Later, he crosses paths with Marcel, Elon, and Joey Armstrong, and he has to do all this while he is trying to work out what really happened to Vanessa's late husband, Doug. Elsewhere, Jacob is trying to adjust to the world. Meanwhile, Vanessa brings up a new request for Dr. Kial Rollins, and this also marks Greg Vaughn's return to the canvas. Later things shift again when Vanessa is accosted later in the week. The Hamiltons also have an awkward celebration. Joey shuts down Leslie. Elsewhere, Chelsea's new approach to her life rubs Madgen the wrong way. Furthermore, Kat and Ted clash over Eva, and Naomi is still hiding things from everyone. Elsewhere, Jacob is fighting against Marcel and Elon, but he is also trying to hold his ground. Smitty and Martin have to listen to an unexpected decision by Tyrell, and it's about a family tradition. Vanessa gives a shock to Nicole. She shares a piece of information that lands right between them. Later, Danny opens up to Bill before doing something. And this shifts things again, leaving Haley cornered. Elsewhere, Joey shares something useful with Elon, and the week goes to a point where two couples end up taking a step forward. Later, Anita leans toward Sharon for support, and Bill decides to buy Thomas silence. Elsewhere, Leslie confronts Shanice because of Ted, Danny, and Pamela turn their attention towards Isaiah. Ashley points out Derek's sabotage. Then, by the end of the week, Jacob will finally step into his undercover mission. For more Beyond the Gates spoilers and updates, keep following Soap Opera Daily. Here's what's coming up on Beyond the Gates for Wednesday, January 21st, 2026. Naomi hides the truth, while Tyrell surprises his parents. And that's not all. Read on as Soap Opera News breaks down the day's events for you. Eva tried to be there for Kat, but Kat was not having it. She is not about to forgive all the things Eva did, much less embrace her the way most people have, namely, her dad. Since learning Eva is his daughter, Ted has been a supportive father, and he would love nothing more than for his two daughters to get along. That is not happening, at least not right now. As far as Kat is concerned, Eva may have their dad's blood running through her veins, but that is all there will ever be between them. In this episode, Kat and Ted argue over Eva, who made an attempt to bring some peace between them. Unfortunately, her efforts may be coming at the wrong time, because Kat is nowhere near ready to let her guard down. Meanwhile, Naomi hides her new normal from her entire family. She claims she does not have the gene variant, but the look on her face says she is not exactly being upfront. She is clearly hiding something, but why would she not want her family to know so she can have their support? Beyond the Gates spoilers also tease that Jacob clashes with Marcel and Elon. Plus, Smitty and Martin are surprised by Tyrell's latest stance on a family tradition. Elsewhere, Vanessa propositions Kial. But with what exactly in mind? That's all for Beyond the Gates spoilers for January 21st, 2026. Which storyline are you most excited about? Share your thoughts in the comments and check back tomorrow for more drama and surprises. Get the weekly BTG spoilers. Beyond the Gates airs weekdays on CBS. 2 of Beyond the Gates breakout stars are giving fans a glimpse of their musical talents. Kenja and Naja Jackson took to Instagram to share a cover of For Good, the beloved duet from the Broadway musical Wicked, and its Hollywood adaptation, Wicked for Good. In the caption, Jackson joked that their coordinated looks were unplanned, writing, "Also, we didn't plan to both wear green." Fans quickly filled the comments section with praise for the duo's vocals and chemistry. One viewer wrote, "What? Not only are they beautiful and blessed with the acting skills, now these melodic voices, how can you get better than this?" A second user posted, "This cast should never go without work. They are top talent at its best. Beauty and brains," with a third user adding, "Woo! Where's the BTG Cancer Awareness fundraiser on the show that showcases all of y'all's talents? I'm here for it." Also in the comments were fellow Beyond the Gates cast and crew members. Executive producer Sheila Ducksworth commented, "This has easily looped 10 times. So fabulous." And Amber Michelle sharing, "On screen, Jackson portrays high school student Samantha Richardson, the adopted daughter of Martin Richardson and Bradley Smitty Smith. During Season 1, Samantha's storylines have included reuniting with her birth mother June, grappling with the fallout of her father's dark secret, and experiencing her first love. Meanwhile, Kenja stars as Dr. Madison Montgomery, a neurologist at Garland Memorial Hospital. Madison was introduced while helping Bill Hamilton recover from a stroke before beginning a relationship with his daughter, Chelsea Hamilton. That arc took a dramatic turn when Chelsea was kidnapped by a former fling, leaving her to navigate post-traumatic stress disorder. Currently, Madison remains a fixture at the hospital while juggling her relationship with Chelsea and unresolved tension with her estranged mother. Beyond the Gates continues weekdays on CBS and streaming weeknights on Paramount+. Viewers can catch up on all of the drama of Season 1 of Beyond the Gates on Paramount+, or on Pluto TV's dedicated 24/7 Beyond the Gates Fast channel. Beyond the Gates breakout star Shawn Freeman recently shared a deeply personal milestone, marking his first-ever keynote speech delivered in his hometown during an event honoring the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Freeman shared a portion of his speech on Instagram, explaining that the moment came during a gathering hosted by the Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity, Ngi Nkro Rho Upsilon Lambda chapter. In the caption, he reflected on the significance of the day and the journey that led him there, writing in part, "It feels right to share from that day something deeply personal yet profoundly connected, my journey toward freedom and mission." During the speech, Freeman revealed that he legally changed his name in 2017, a division rooted in his belief in his future and purpose. "I was so convinced that this was going to work out, that I changed my name," he said. "I changed my name in 2017 from Derek LaShawn Kennedy to Shawn Freeman, because I wanted a name that complemented my dream." The actor went on to explain how he chose his first name, noting that it reflects both faith and evolution. The actor shared, "One that reflects the kind of mission that I'm on. A new version of myself, but I decided to keep my middle name, LaShawn. I just shortened it and remixed it and spelled it differently to Shawn, a name that means that God is gracious." Freeman also spoke about the meaning behind his last name, emphasizing its historical and personal significance. "I chose the surname Freeman because it was inspired by the stories of my ancestors, the enslaved. Noticed I didn't say slaves, because my ancestors were not slaves, they were enslaved. Many of whom who decided to make a mark with their new identity by dropping their master's quote-unquote surname and choosing for themselves the name Freeman." Beyond the Gates airs weekdays on CBS and streams weeknights on Paramount+. Viewers can catch back up on Season 1 of Beyond the Gates on Paramount+, or on Pluto TV's dedicated 24/7 Beyond the Gates Fast channel. Life behind the gates is back in full swing, and things are already getting messy. After a special look at the world of the show, Episode 12 jumps straight into awkward moments, shocking secrets, and big changes for several families. From uncomfortable celebrations to hidden truths, this episode keeps everyone guessing and watching. The episode begins with a strange and uncomfortable celebration at the Hamilton house. After a serious talk between Bill and Andre, The mood is tense, and no one seems sure what they're even celebrating. The air feels heavy, like everyone is thinking the same thing, but no one wants to say it out loud. This sets the tone for the episode, showing that even happy moments can feel uneasy when problems are left unresolved, and that tension carries into everything else that follows. That tension continues when Joey steps in and finally puts Leslie in her place. Joey has never been afraid to speak his mind, and this time is no different. He makes it clear that Leslie has crossed too many lines and that boundaries must be respected. This moment feels strong and necessary, reminding everyone that not all problems can be ignored, and sometimes someone has to speak up, even if it makes things uncomfortable. While Joey is setting boundaries, Vanessa drops a shocking piece of news on Nicole. The details are scandalous, and even though Vanessa is known for trouble, this still manages to surprise. For Nicole, who is already dealing with serious family health issues, this revelation becomes a sudden distraction, not a welcome one, but one that pulls her attention in a new direction. The drama keeps building, showing how one secret can change the mood of an entire day. Change is in the air for the Hamilton sisters, especially Chelsea. Her fresh outlook on life starts to cause tension with Madison, who worries that Chelsea's new path might mean big changes, even in their relationship. Madison is clearly in love and doesn't want to lose her, but uncertainty creeps in. This storyline shows how personal growth can sometimes feel scary, even when it's a good thing. While attention is on Chelsea and Madison, the real concern may be Naomi. She is quietly hiding her new normal from her entire family, and no one knows exactly why. This secret creates a sense of worry, especially for Jacob, who may sense something is wrong. Naomi's silence feels heavy, and her choice to keep things hidden hints that something serious could be coming. It has been almost a year since Beyond the Gates premiered and made history as the first new daytime soap opera in more than 20 years. On Monday, January 19th, instead of airing a regular episode, the show will pause its usual storylines to celebrate how far it has come and where it is headed next. This special moment comes during Season 2, Episode 12 week, making it a meaningful pause for both longtime fans and new viewers who are just discovering the show. When Beyond the Gates first aired on February 24, 2025, no one knew what to expect. According to the show's original description, it would focus on a wealthy Black family living in a Maryland suburb known for Black success, power, and influence. That idea excited viewers, but it had been 25 years since a brand new daytime drama had launched. Over the past year, Beyond the Gates has built a strong fan base. From the writing and acting to the costumes and sets, viewers connected with the world of Fairmont Crest. According to CBS, the January 19th special is titled Inside Fairmont Crest. It will pull back the curtain and let fans see the show through the eyes of the actors themselves. The cast will look back on their biggest storylines from Season 1, including explosive affairs, shocking cons, and deep family secrets. This special is designed to help new viewers catch up, while also giving longtime fans a chance to relive the most dramatic moments from the past year. Beyond the Gates began with a powerful opening story. Danny, played by Carla Mosley, was spiraling out of control and even pulled a gun after learning that her ex-husband Bill, played by Timon Kyle Durrett, was about to marry Haley, played by Marquita Goings. What made it worse was that Haley had once been friends with Danny and Bill's daughter, Naomi, played by Ariel Prepidit. At the same time, Martin, played by Brandon Claiborne, was hiding a serious secret from his husband, Smitty, played by Mike Manning.